What's up today, guys? Welcome back to another Zeus mission build. Today I am going to be building a mission that's a continuation. We took the airfield with our last mission, and now we've established a small COP on a section of the airfield, and that's about it. Not super built up, just don't want that many objects, or trying to minimize the amount of objects we have. But it's got just enough that it should be immersive enough that it looks like a little bit of COP when people load in. And got a little motor pool, got a couple aircraft. We don't have the COP fully stocked yet because we just took the airfield. And I actually pre-built a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to go over the stuff that I pre-built in Eden. And here's all the vehicles we destroyed last mission. They're all lined up, and you can see the tow truck. Or at least that's the quote-unquote tow truck that stacked them all up. But we cleared the airfield off. Engineers came in, cleared everything off, built up the COP. And today's mission, these guys are going to be going from COP here at COP Python, and they are going to be going to this town right here to clear it out. Now, if you remember last mission, this is where the QRF came from. The QRF came, I put them down right here. And they went up this road. And they attacked in this area and got their shit pushed in. So going to try to do a little bit better with them today. So I'll show you what I've got pre-built. I wanted 3 or 4 built-up compounds. So I have one built-up compound here. It's a motor pool. There's actually a military barracks, so it's going to be barracks/motor pool. And there are going to be some guys in the hotel. There are going to be some guys guarding the motor pool, some guys in the barracks. And you can see the guard towers. There's a guard tower there and a guard tower at the entrance here with some barbed wire. So they're going to have to either have wire cutters or C4 to pop the barbed wire. Because you cannot, or they're going to have to crawl over the H-barriers. I'm not sure if these are the H-barriers you can crawl on top of. I think they have to be the shorter H-barriers to crawl on top of them. With the ace crawl, if we had enhanced movement, which kills the server, then it would be better. But regardless, there's going to be some guys in there, some guys in the tower, some guys in the motor pool, and I actually blocked off the entrance to this barracks area. So the first thing I really need to do... Oh, and this thing, pretty nasty, sitting right here, and it is manned. There are guys in it already. See, it's got our very pretty gunner and his apparently twin brother, the driver. And I need to knock down one of those walls because there's currently no way to actually get out of the barracks area. So let's do that real quick. Put down a guy. Let's see, set alternative, infantry. You can leave him there. Guarding the motor pool. That's the first built-up area I have. The second built-up area I have is over here, and it's beautiful. It's perfect for a built-up area. It's the villa, and it's got a solid wall all the way around it. You can see I put OP towers, and I've actually got the OP towers halfway over the wall, so they stick out a little bit more, so the gunners that are going to be in them have better lines of sight. And it is guarded by a Merid, and the Merid is occupied. Can you see the oh yeah, you can. That does not look very comfortable. Is there a driver in here too? I don't know. And I'm gonna build it up, and I have actually put an office in here with a laptop and some files for an officer. So we can go ahead and put the officer down now. So CSAT alternative men officer, and we'll put him in a different color uniform, so he's noticeably different. Do we want that one? Here, let's bring him outside. Oops. So there's the green, the black. Yeah, we'll do the black for sure. All right. And we'll have, I guess, some quote-unquote elite guards with him. So we'll have some black guys. Up in here with them, black clothed guys. So him, and then maybe the combat officers. Which one was the black one? Black uniformed one. There we go. Yeah, alright. And they have rifles. Okay, the combat ones have rifles. Non-combat one has a submachine gun. So copy. Let's just... Oop. I pasted one down, and I'm pretty sure it put him down, and I have no idea where. Where'd he go? Okay, he's right there. Oh, and there's the black Jeep that I put here. Apparently, it likes to change color. But, whatever. Alright, these will be the guys guarding this house. In fact, I could even do special forces. Let's do that instead. Let's do men special forces. Oh, these are divers. What about men recon? Do they have recon or special for operators? There we go. Is that what we're looking for? You can't really tell. Alright, so fuck it. We'll go with what we had. Alright. Station them around the house. Make sure we've got them standing up or kneeling. Kneeling. Have someone guarding right there, the entrance. All right. Okay, we still got two more. Where do we want them? Where would you be? By the time friendlies get here, they're gonna be neck deep in combat, so they're gonna know that guys are coming. And I guess we'll have one at the front door. Okay. So that's all the quote-unquote special forces looking guys, just because they're in black uniforms. I was also going to have some turrets on the roof here. Maybe a team patrolling the inside of the compound, so let's do that. Let's go CSAT, alternative, infantry, arid, fire team, or sentry team. We'll do a sentry, because it's a pretty small compound. Sentry team, and give them alt, right click, and there we go. Walking is what I meant to do. There we go. Alright, so now they're just patrolling on the inside of the compound. And I guess we'll do another sentry in the back. Sentry back here, alt right click, and there we go. Alright, now let's fortify the rooftops. So we'll put a couple of turrets down. So what do we want here? So empty insurgent turret. So there we go. And we'll do dishcomb. Is that the standing dishcomb? Yes. Put it up here on this corner. Copy. Paste. Yep. Sure. Put one up here on that corner. And then a couple riflemen. So riflemen. I think the second one. Nope. Third one. Nope. Fourth one. Yes, that's the right one. And then copy, paste. Bump his skill up. And then can I just drop him on there? Yes, except now he's facing the wrong way. There we go. Same thing with him. Ooh, okay, I'm glad he did that. I don't want him to spin around and stick through the rooftop like that. So I don't need to put sandbags up there because they got a little bit of natural cover from the building itself. He should be far enough out. Alright, now all I need to do is put a couple guys in the towers. 2 guys in each tower. And then a guy in each one of these bunkers. And we'll be done. So this is pretty damn heavily fortified compound, but that's where the HQ and the officer is. Let's see. Can I put an antenna on the roof to be like... Nah, fuck it. In fact, that already is an antenna. Or is that a light? I have no idea what that is. Flagpole? Antenna? I don't know. So let's just put a squad down. So... Rifle squad. And then separate them all. Hey, that worked. I'm glad someone told me that I could do that. So you can separate them all by just clicking the whole squad and click and dragging them away. And we'll do medic right here. Oh, I forgot to do all their skill before separating them all. Well. Alright, so there's 1 to 2 guys in each one of the towers. Actually, there's only 1 guy in each one of the towers. Put an extra rifleman. Just put a sentry down. Okay, now, skill up and standing first, and then separate them. Does that put both of their skills at... Yes, okay. So that would have worked if I'd done it correctly. So 2 there, and I guess 2 in this one. Alright, so that is beefy right now. So that's going to be a hell of a thing to assault. Let's do something similar-ish. And I got something special planned for the mosque. So let's do something similar over here. Let's put down rifle squad. Skill up, standing up. Alright. Squad leader in the tower. Oops, I didn't mean to separate all of them. Nope. There we go, nice. Alright, I always fuck this up. Okay, double up arrow is AT. The up... Okay, that's why I fuck it up. Double chevron is AT. The up arrow is the AR. So we want the AR here in the tower. We want... Doesn't really matter who... I guess we'll have a couple of guys out here like they're talking to each other. Right here. AT guy on the roof right here. And who's that? That's another AR also on the roof right here. I want to put a marksman up here, but there's no way to actually get up here on the roof from the below. So it'll be a little disingenuous. Oh, there's a ladder there. And then there's a thing here. Can you climb this thing here? Okay, so you can get up here, right? No, can you not actually access that ladder? This fucking game. Oop. What did I just do? And what about this? Can you climb this? Okay, I guess not. There were some of these in ArmA 2 that you could climb. Not important, though. Alright, release. Alright, who's left? Just 2 more guys. Put these 2 guys on the inside in here. The medic and someone else. Where do we want to put them? Alright, should make for some interesting dynamic. Now, I'm not sure if those windows can get shot out. So, I guess we'll find out. Alright, that's that. Let's do one more squad interspersed in here. So we'll put down another squad. Set alternative arid rifle squad. Once again, bump them up, have them standing up. And then select them all, control drag, and that ungroups all of them. We'll put them in here. Some guys here. Tower guards. So now we have 2 built up compounds. I need to do roadblocks. So the enemy knows that they lost the airfield. They know that they're going to be come for. They're going to get come for. Someone's coming for them. So they're going to... Got 3 main roads in. 2 here. And I don't want to put the roadblock too far forward there. So I'll put 1 here, and 1 here. I don't really think we need them back here because the rest of the enemy forces are back over in this area. In fact, they're back over in this area. But we'll worry about that later. So, roadblocks. So, compositions, road checkpoints, permanent checkpoint. It's a little big. Medium checkpoint. That's a little beefier than the little one that I usually use. Or at least it's differently beefier. And there's a mechanized infantry company, essentially, that has this this town. So let's see. What can we do here? Let's take these out so no one thinks they have to demo these caches. And then we'll copy and paste. Actually, you know what? This is supposed to be mechanized infantry, so let's get something a little bit heavier. They don't have to know mechanized. So what's the greatest threat to infantry is a BMP with the autocannon. Because a tank is scary until you realize it's never going to fire its freaking cannon at infantry. So you want something that fires its cannon at infantry. So BMP 2. Is that something? Make a little more space for it. All right, very good. Okay, now let's do the same thing at the other 2 roadblocks. that's all the roadblocks. Got 2 heavily built up areas. Let's put some patrols down. So I think full squad, full squad, full squad. So that'll be 3 full squads patrolling. So let's do that. So rifle squad here, rifle squad here, rifle squad here. Full skill, standing, then alt, right click down the end of the road. Full skill, standing, come up here a little bit, and then alt right click up the end of the road. Alright, so that's pretty much a platoon worth of guys patrolling inside the town, and that's just the initial amount of guys. Of course, if you watch my videos, you know I'm going to spawn probably a lot more guys in the town, especially this being a mountain environment. They can be coming from anywhere. And I think, so there's these apartment buildings. You got the one here, and it's the same shape. It's sort of like in a C shape right here. So there's one there. There's one here. And then there's another one right here next to these guys. And I'm thinking that, oh wow, there's even 2 more right here. And I'm thinking that the enemy forces have been like, these are nice apartment buildings. We're going to be living and fighting from these things. So I might make those built up. I'll decide once we get closer to the start of the mission. So that's all the stuff I'm going to put inside the town. Oh, right. The mosque. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make it look like the Americans came in the mosque and killed some civilians. So I'm going to have dead civilians in here, and then I'm just going to have a couple of guys watching it, like maybe a marksman in the tower. Of course, there's a big-ass tower. You got to have a marksman in the tower. I might even be the marksman in the tower. And then a couple of guys in here, like up here, waiting to ambush anyone who comes in. So let's do that real quick. So we can just go sentry, bump them up, standing up. Okay, now ungroup. Put one up here. In fact, you know what? Let's use our guerrillas, the guerrilla faction we've been fighting against instead. So what was it? Nationalist, militia, AT pair, group, no, MG pair. I just want 2 guys. Doesn't matter really who they are. Machine gunner's a little much.
Check out.
Standing. Standing. So these are the guerrillas that have been fighting, if you remember them. So we will, oops. I might have just broken his legs, but fuck him. Go down from there. So it'll sow a little bit of confusion, but it's deniable for the defected Iranian military guys. And they will be able to see a little bit into that heavy compound from here, but they have almost no cover up here, so they won't be able to effectively fight into that compound, and that building blocks most of it. Alright, good. And what do we want to do for a marksman? We'll do, let's It's that guy. I think that's supposed to be their special forces douchebags, so I guess we'll use him as the marksman. Can you even be up here? Yeah, okay. So we'll have him full skill. We'll have him prone for now. We'll have him stand up when he needs to. Alright, that's everything inside the town. So now we need patrols going around. So we'll do a box as usual. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's another special surprise, which is there is an artillery position right here. Oh, there's something I did forget. Anti-air. So turrets. So I've got the Titan launchers. I would rather use. So let's go empty Chidaki turrets. And we'll use the. There we go. I don't know what the difference between the two is. So we do have anti-air there, and we'll copy and paste random ass dude and put him on there. Very good. Alright, is that buried down in the ground? Let's get him lifted up out of there. Okay, that's just how it's going to work. Alright, yeah, that has a pretty decent view of the skyline. Should probably have a Zeus or 2. So let's just do 2. Zoo 23. Zoo 23. Facing that way. The other facing that way. Even out that way. Alright. And then put a couple of sentries. Sentry. Can I just drop them straight on there? No. Sentry there. Sentry here. Drag and drop. Double click. Put skill up. Put in formation. Alright, there we go. Now we got some decent AA. Assuming this whole compound doesn't get gun run on without the AA firing, which would annoy me greatly. Alright, last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a box of patrols. So, squad, rifle squad, here, rifle squad, here. Alright, now we should be able to see those patrols. You see how 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got that pretty well boxed in as far as patrolling around it. That's the mission so far. So now we're gonna wait, and we're gonna wait for. In fact, you guys have already started connecting. You can see them running around over here. Like little ants. And then I'm hiding back here behind the porta potties, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build. Like I said, as they're pushing through the town, I'm going to add a lot of extra stuff. But it's pretty built up now. It just depends on how long it takes them to fight through. You know, like if they start fighting through super fast, then it'll be interesting to see what I have to do. I'm just going to send vehicles. We'll say there's like a reinforcement motor pool right here of vehicles. and I'll just send vehicles from there and infantry from everywhere. And I did say I was gonna put infantry in some of these compounds, so let's just do these 2 buildings to start with. So I want empty vehicles to be like, oh, there's guys that are here, so we'll put transport truck. They're supposed to be empty. So what am I looking for? CSAT alternative, cars, transport. There we go. And if you were a driver, how would you have pulled in to here? I would have pulled in like this. And maybe another one in the courtyard itself. Alright, and then I'll put squad worth of guys down. So, rifle squad, put them here. And then, is this working again? Garrison instant. It is. But it sucks. Alright, let's do this instead. Delete these guys and put down sentry. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then do garrison instant. So garrison. Oh god, it grouped them all together. I freaking hate that. Garrison instant. Garrison instant. Garrison. Yeah, see, put all them together too. So 1. So how many actually went down? 3 went down, so I need to put 5 back down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Now go back and garrison them all. Excellent. And then bump them all up. Actually, you know that those guys are all going to be CQB, so they don't really need their accuracy jacked up. Did we get a good spread of where these guys are? A couple guys there. Where's the camera stuck on? Guy on the first floor, guys. Yeah, guys on the first and second floors to clear out. So yeah, we'll clear out. Let's get some more guys inside. Alright, you're facing that way for sure, so I'll put you back here. There you go. Alright, the guy is on the inside. Let's put him a little bit further back in the room. Kneeling. Pull you down 1 floor. You can be at the top of these stairs and maybe facing backwards. These guys are good here. It makes sense for them to overwatch the roadblock. All right. So I might do that as they push through the town, but I don't want to make it so they have to clear every single building. I just want to do, you know, strong points. So, we shall see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed this Zeus build, and stand by for the full mission playthrough.